Okay, so today I just want to play at least like one game for the sake of if I win one more game, it'll be the highest rating I've been because I worked my way back methodically to get from I had fallen I had gotten to 1725, right? As I was starting my journey to come back to chess and about like a couple weeks ago. And so I got to I was at 1700 because that's what I had just done. But then I got as high as 1725, but then I went on a really bad streak and went down as low as 1635. And hang on, I think I don't have something on from my mic. And that art is actually not what we're doing here. Obviously, I kind of gave up on this challenge. What I've done with a lot of formats is I sort of introduce them, but then I don't, do them all the way because it would take too long. So like the nostalgia gauntlet, like I played Donkey Kong 64. Like it's meant to be games that I played as a kid, and now I'm doing permadeath runs of all of them. But I only tried that because I just wanted to introduce what it would be like. But no, my point is that I went on a really bad streak and fell from 1725 to 1635, but then I fought my way back and I did like a muted session where like I did it for longer than I normally be able to stream. So I did it for like 3 hours extra, like one night. It was probably like Friday night or wait, no, it must have been like Thursday night. Right, so that's the secret to chess. Just play it for obscenely long amount of time that you don't have, and the fact that it's muted, I don't think that even helps me that much. Like, it might help me a little bit on time. Some of those games weren't even that good, and I got lucky. But that was kind of a crazy streak that I just, put my mind to it. So I have to keep up with that. And what else was I gonna say? Just I don't know. It was a good streak that we went on generally. I think we're on like a 4 game win streak now with this piece of art. Oh, I think that's what I sort of missed out on. Is reacting to some of the clips related to this, but whatever. I won't worry about that now, but I'll go back and check some of these. So yeah, let's win at least one so we get to our highest rating ever because again, we had been 1725. And I was actually reacting to, I was listening to the Daryl Brooks trial, which I find fucking hilarious, where he's like talking all this nonsense, lawful law, subject matter jurisdiction. For whatever reason, I was listening to that as I was playing, so that I'd rather listen to that than music. It's like basically listening to stand-up comedy. He's just such a clown, and he's defending himself in court. There's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Whatever, but that was a good streak. But again, you shouldn't really have to do that to, play at a moderate level. Why is the sound not even working? There wasn't that little ding at the beginning. And in fact, this site has had all kind of issues. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting pissed about. I had to use like my little authenticator, which I didn't have with me, so I couldn't play yesterday when I wanted to. And we're having some kind of weird internet issue and stuff here too. But it's a case where I normally log in through my email. You either have to do email or authenticator, and the reason why is because um if you do it, then because I'm a streamer account or something of the sort, you're not able to actually do it normally. So what you can do is you need an oh my fucking god, this guy. You need an authenticator, or you need, which is on an app on like my other phone, and so it doesn't work exactly the way I want it to. And so I didn't have it with me, and so I normally use my email, but there's been this bug on LeChess that prevents you from doing that. um right, so I couldn't log in with my email, so I had to go out of my way to get that. So I was kind of pissed about that, and they still seem to be having that bug actually. So here you could take with either one. I don't feel much of a compelled. Actually, I do, because otherwise then I can't keep the bishop. I thought really they'd take with the queen. I'm surprised they didn't. So see, this game is already to my favor because everything is so cleaned up, right? There's nothing to worry about because, yeah, 14,000 games. I'm worried about that. Everything is just so clean. So unless you think there's some vague positional advantage that it presents to them, that's really what it is. Like that opening was kind of annoying a little bit. they were trying to be all cheeky and just do all these stupid things that didn't actually accomplish anything. But you can try to attack this side, but it ends up not really being that that noteworthy. If you were to try to go here, I don't know exactly how I would do it, right? See, this is the hardest thing actually as a low-rated player. Like the whole pawn structure aspect, it's way less intuitive than you'd think, because my pawn structures are, robust and aesthetic and simple, but that's not really how high-level players play. They'll end up with a weird thing that doesn't make any sense, but it's technically good because they convert it. Like, I've seen that in so many high-level games. It's just not really how it works, but somehow, it's hard to explain, but so you're trying to hit there, which again, I'm not too happy with the bishop's position itself. This seems weird, and I shouldn't really even bother doing it because there's like no scenario where this is one of those moves. Like, you don't need to be doing this, but it's like you're sort of just aimless and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let's see what this guy does with 14,000 games worth of experience. All you're gonna have to do is just move it right back. So like, what the fuck is the point? Okay, dude. Okay, nothing consequential is happening. I'm kind of being a little bit stupid here and just being lazy, but it's okay. But no, go ahead, trade everything off. Like, this guy's almost playing a little bit like me, aside from the opening where he was a bit of a bit irritating. But he's taken over my little pink flamingo mindset. So that I cannot do. And so you have to wonder what it is that you're really trying to do here, and I don't know what that is. No, you definitely can't do that. There's something with the knight, but I don't see what it is. Let's just create the pawn structure, even though this is like the antithetical structure that you should never do with this kind of position, because of the simple fact that you are gonna, but I'm just not gonna go on that side, I guess. I'll have to do it some other way. I'm gonna put all my own pawns on the same color square as my bishop, which you never want to do that. Right, where you might think, oh, you're gonna cover one or something, like in some infinite loop thing, but it just doesn't work quite the way that you would want it to. You go ahead, you go like that. So I'm happy with my little, I'll even call it that, the whole anchor pawn concept from my pink flamingo. So this is the pink flamingo pawn structure, where I just say, you're doing things in such a simple way that kind of the game speaks for itself, and it is a very powerful psychological thing that I've shown, because it has nothing to do with like your ability. It's just like you're subverting the need for ability and kind of realizing your weaknesses, or something like that. I mean, I'd have half a mind to do it. Like, why even take a chance that, oh, he's gonna get an octopus knight, or oh, something's gonna happen? Like, why even worry about it? Like, the guy wants to trade, he's doing me a favor, and now you can't reclaim that because of the simple fact that you cannot reclaim it, because of the simple fact that now I would just take, so you can't go back there. And so now you take. Okay, you're trying to tell me we can't win or equalize a king queen endgame symbol like this. So the only pawn we have to watch is the actual one here. Everything else is fine. There's nothing he can do in the game. Right, so I have a hard time understanding. It's probably going to be a draw. Right, would be the logic. Not probably. It 100% is a draw, objectively, but, somehow you get this wishful thinking. Right, just very plainly, there's nothing you can do, but I don't know exactly, like, I'd be fine with that. There's not a whole lot else he can do that might mess up my structure to the point where I'm going to lose, but I kind of doubt it. Right, but I sometimes fiend for trades even more than what I should. This art is like, okay, if you go here, I mean, that would be like, you take, I could mate, but it would actually be mate. It's just a case of the queen obviously can come in and block and everything. If you go here, you would take, I would take. I don't really even want to do that though. Frankly, I don't want to do much of anything. Go ahead, get a draw. It doesn't bother me at all. It just wastes both of our time, like every other game of chess or every classical game, every high-rated game, every evenly matched game. Unless you can do something crazy with the pawns, which I highly doubt you're going to be able to do. Me sitting here makes it seem like, oh, I'm really worried about this one moving, but I'm really not. You just got to watch this because of the simple fact that, well, that was the anchor pawn, so I'm not so sure I like that. So that wasn't a very good sequence for me, but it is taking a. I'm an anaconda chess personality type. I just said that too. They must not be sniping me, and I can't even handle it. It's a case where, what do you call it? You're sort of squeezing a win out of a draw. That was a drawn position, 100%. And this is like some advanced level Jedi mind trick that like I wouldn't normally do that, and I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should just be satisfied with that then. Like, didn't I just say that? Like, aren't I? I just said that. Oh, I could go here if they, I didn't think that I should let me do it. But that is pretty spectacular. How aware of that I was. Like, what are the chances this is gonna happen? And then it happens. It's like, what the fuck? Because it doesn't look like a mate. I've fallen for that kind of thing too myself, right? It doesn't look like a mate because, oh, your king's right there. So, like, why should that be? Normally it would be like, oh, there's 3 pawns, so it's a back rank. But it doesn't matter if there's no pawn there because you still block that off. It just looks sort of a little unintuitive and weird. But no, he played pretty well, but he was kind of trade happy like me. But you see what a drawish kind of game it was. You see that it's... Actually, I'm surprised their accuracy was that low because they didn't do anything really wrong throughout the rest of the game. It looked pretty much fine. Now, see, why is that a blunder? Is that going to cause me to lose? No. You blundered, but it's still a draw. And even if you didn't blunder, it's still a draw. Don't you love that about the game of chess? Like, you're trying to tell me, okay, it's a draw right now. They make a mistake, but it's still a draw. I make a blunder, but it's still a draw. They don't punish the blunder, but it's still a draw. Right? Like, no, so no matter what you do, it's a draw anyway, so who the fuck cares? That's obviously the only... I love that, because if I didn't do that, like, I think about what I just did there. I blundered 2 pawns. Oh no, I blundered my pawn, right, to psychologically goad him into doing this. If you do this, it doesn't matter. You can still do this. I wasn't worried about it, or maybe I should have been a little bit. Right, like... Well, why shouldn't you be able to force a 3-fold repetition here anyway? Like, you're trying to force a trade. But no, generally I didn't do that the right way because I was so comfortable with my anchor pawns. I'm like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I can just move back and forth, move the king. But you know what I mean? Like, you've just... That is such a disingenuous thing that better chess players would not... I find it actually very dishonest the way people portray chess. Whether it's an ego thing or just lack of self-awareness or something. It's like, why isn't it that low-rated chess players struggle because they find draws boring and they could draw every game against equal rated opponents to them, obviously, who are bad too. But they could draw every game, but they don't want to. They don't want to because it's boring and they find it repetitive and stupid and stale, and they don't want that. So it's not an excuse, but they have this, like even that game. That game was a draw. It doesn't mean anything. I don't feel proud of it, or I was kind of happy with that sequence, but it doesn't mean anything because I don't know how to explain it. But no, I'll actually stop there. I just want to get to my highest rating because I was 17, 20, 25 was my highest before, so whatever. We're higher here, better than pretty much 75% of chess players in the world over here. And... yeah, this art is kind of like, let me show off the art, and then I'll actually do my normal Saturday format, which is going to be, I'll actually play Clash of Clans, because I was doing my mobile little gauntlet thing, which allows me to, go through mobile games and try to play them, do a little mini permanent thing. I can't remember which arts I sort of talked about and which ones I didn't. Well, I'll have to do it next time anyway because I want to show the clips. I keep forgetting to do that. But no, I don't know what to really say about that. I just wanted one quick win, and I was kind of pissed. I was going to do it last night, but then that stupid bug started happening. Or where, oh, you can't log in with your email anymore because you got to use the authenticator because it's just bugging out. Maybe I should do another muted set. No, but that's my rule actually. So that muted session I did, right? I always stream every game I play, every rated game, every game on this account, but just every game period because I don't really play chess off stream anyway. So every single game on this account I stream, but I also do it with commentary, except for the muted sessions, and I only do those when I'm recovering rating that I've lost. Meaning, if I play now, I have to do it like this, live, talking, everything like that, right? The only time I could do it is like there. I fell below 17, so I've already been 1725. So now until I get back there, I can play muted if I have to, which I normally wouldn't even say that as a condition. I didn't want to do it like that, but because of how stupid and time consuming it can be, right, that could have taken me like a month to do because I have no patience to do it. Now at least I'm more engaged, like, okay, we're back to where we were. That was a very impressive day, I will say, not to toot my own horn or anything. Like, whatever I did there, let me see if I can get this here. Like look at what I did. Okay, it would have been the last games that I played. So let me see what the overall record that day was. It was probably the 3 days ago thing. So some of this I did on stream, and then some of it I guess it was all on stream, but some of it was muted and some of it was normal. So I started off, okay, loss, win, 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 win. Wait, what? That seems almost too good. So you win 4 in a row, then you lose 2, then you win 3 in a row, then you lose 1, then you draw, then you win 4 in a row, then you lose, win, win, win. Which that doesn't even make sense either because it's not showing me today. Right, like, but 3 and then this was the 4th one, or no, this was the 5th one actually. Wait, what? How could I be on a 5-game win streak if whatever, one of them must be on the next page, so I just scrolled off it. But the point is, we had a pretty good record that day, and I swear some of those wins were kind of sketchy. I was even questioning it, but you wouldn't have heard me questioning it because whatever. Hey, your flare, the Santa Claus thing. I swear, I never saw anybody using that before, and then I started using it, and everyone else copied me and said no, but obviously nobody gives a shit about me, but it was right around the same time I started using one that other people did too. Right, the little shush thing. I mean, I wish I could just use this as... They have this little picture here as if it's a profile picture. Maybe you have to donate to them to use it, but that should be my Diablo icon right there, right? Like how my channel art... Yeah, I'll do that in a second. I just kind of wanted to soak in what we've done here, but we got back to where I am meant to be, and I don't know what to say. Like, I want to do more, actually. I kind of am addicted to doing this just because it's just something that I had to do. Like, I need to know. It's so disingenuous, too. Like I say, you can say whatever you want, but it's just like... People misrepresent the game so much, especially good players. I had a chance to beat an 1800. Let's look at that one, actually. Then we'll go play the stupid-ass Clash of Clans thing. So, I was so triggered by that because I'm beating an 1800 thoroughly. Right, where is he at? And the reason why is because... The reason why we're beating an 1800 is because, whatever, I just outplayed him thoroughly. And then I somehow lose in the end game in a way that was very stupid and easily preventable. I don't understand what we're looking at. How could it not be one of these games? He was 1800 on the nose, too, and it wasn't provisional, I don't think, at all. But no, they played at a very bad level, actually, and I was kind of mocking them. But I don't understand what happened. Right, like they blundered there. We're blundering by castling. I love that when you make a blunder or a brilliant move by castling. If you take here, what exactly happens? You take with this. It's too complicated of a sequence. Like, why is that really a blunder? Now you go here. You go there. Okay, okay, dude. But yeah, in 1800s should have probably known that. But no, I thoroughly outplay him here most of the way, and so I have to wonder. He's made a couple blunders, nothing really too obvious, but it's pretty shocking to me that wow, he made a lot of blunders. Like, how did this turn from me winning not to a draw but to a loss? Like, explain to me how. And the way that it happened is something stupid happened in the end game. Like, look how simple this is. Yeah, this end game triggered the shit out of me. Like, what? Like, I'd love to see. Yeah, this guy studied end games. That's the difference between us. Like, what the fuck is this that you would think? I don't understand. Like, I genuinely don't understand what happened here at all. Right? So now they're going to be guaranteed to take that because they can just they could have attacked it with the rook anyway. So they actually gave up a mate here. We saw this in the analysis before, right? And it's like, yes, you should probably know that, but you know what I mean? I'm a little triggered and tilted by what's happening here. And so even if you don't win because of that, you know what I mean? Like, how does this turn into a loss? This is what I hate openings and I hate end games, but this is like so triggering. There's no reason, even if I don't win, I don't care. I don't care if it's a draw. But how the fuck do you lose this? And I don't understand. Like, what? Why is that a blunder? Why? I don't get it. Like, oh no, he's gonna take the pawn, but he would take the pawn anyway, even if I did the right move. Or no, I guess actually not. But okay, you give a check. But like, explain to me what this is. Okay, that makes sense. And then you're gonna probably try to double take onto here. So like if you just you could probably get away with doing that. So now even if he sticks around, I take, you take, I take, and then it's easy mode. Yeah, but that was a stunning, shocking game because this shows you my look at that. I mean, that is just pure choke artistry because I don't know what the fuck to make of it. You didn't deserve to win that one at all. I would have taken a draw. I would have been fine. I don't know. It's very frustrating because you're playing above your rating. Like, this guy was 130 higher than me at the time. Whatever. He's more like 80 higher than me, really. But Magnus Carlsen's English speaks to Hans Niemann. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the English opening, of course. 3153 versus 3279. Yeah, these aren't real FIDE ratings. They're using fucking actual online ratings. Gukic, youngest challenger, makes history. Wait, why are you showing me this now? April 2024. You're acting like that's news.